Hi, my name is Nicole Lindahl. I'm the projects coordinator with Bicycling in Greensboro, our local bicycling advocacy group. And if you want to learn more about our organization, what we do in the community, ways to volunteer and get involved, you're welcome to check out our website, bikegso.org. Today we're just going to do a brief tutorial about how to properly lock your bike. This was a request that was made from us, so we just decided to go ahead and make a public video so others could benefit as well. The first thing is, what kind of lock do you purchase? There are three options. One is a cable lock. That's kind of your typical lock that either comes with a combo or a key. And they tend to have different widths for the cable. You want to get one that's a thicker width, that's more secure. Obviously, not everybody has heavy-duty equipment on them, so cutting through a thicker cable is going to be more difficult. The plus to the cable lock is that they are lightweight. The negative is that they're the least secure out of the three options. The second type you could purchase is a chain lock. The chain locks can be daunting in appearance, so that can deter people from wanting to steal anything off your bike or think that they can. And but they are heavy weight. They're harder to cut through, but they are heavy. So especially if you get one that is going to be secure, the big bulky locks that tend to be very difficult to cut through. So they're a lot to lug around. My preference, and what I believe to be the most secure option, is the U-lock and cable. The benefit of the U-lock is that it is difficult to cut through, very difficult. And plus you have an extra, you have the cable that can also tie up other pieces on your bike, which I'll show you in a minute. So it is, it's lighter weight than the chain lock, easier to tote around, and I would definitely recommend the U-lock and cable. So, where to lock the bike? When you're looking for a place to secure your bike, not everywhere has a bike rack. And places that do have bike racks, they're not always the most secure. So what you want to look for is that the bike rack, if there is a bike rack, is bolted down to the ground. There's no way that you can just lift it up, put it in a truck with your bike, and drive off. So you want to test that bike rack out just by wiggling it a little bit, just to make sure that it is secure. And you also want to pick a place that's going to be in the open. They don't always think about these things when they're placing bike racks. So somewhere where people can see it, which is weird, right? You would think that you would want your bike to be hidden, but you want the public to be able to see it. You want people to know that other people can see them when they're looking at your bike. So definitely a more open place is preferred. Unfortunately, in Greensboro, we've still got some work to go as far as bike rack placement though, so I quite often, when I'm biking, have to find another place to secure my bike. And today we're going to be working on a telephone pole. When you're looking for a place to secure your bike in a place without a bike rack, you want something that is secure as well. You want it to be tall enough so that somebody can't just lift your bike and the cable and just take your bike away. And you also want it to be sturdy so that they can't just break the branch of a tree off and get your bike off of that way. So a telephone pole is a good option. You also don't want it to be in the path of pedestrians. So a safe location would be somewhere out of the way, so you're not going to be tripping people or getting in their way as well. So the valuable parts of the bike are something to consider when you're looking at locking your bike. So you have to think, like, if I was going to want to steal parts off of a bike, what parts are worth the most money? What parts would be worth my time taking them off? The frame of the bike is something that you definitely want to secure. The rear wheel is worth more than the front wheel. That is, if you notice, when you see a lot of these bikes that are dismembered, that have had their frame locked and not the wheels, you'll see the rear wheel is missing, and that is because they actually have resale value that makes it worth somebody's time to take it off. And with these quick releases that they make nowadays, it is actually something that people can feasibly do pretty easily. Take that rear wheel off. But you also want to be able to protect your front wheel as well. It's just that if you had to choose between the two, I would definitely choose the rear wheel and the frame. So I'm going to show you the proper way to lock a bike with a U-lock and cable. And I'm going to pretend, because my cable happens to be rather long, that this is a shorter cable, because not everybody has this length. So I'm going to lean my bike against the telephone pole like this. The first objective is going to be to secure that front wheel with the cable, because the cable is never going to be as secure as the U-lock. So I want to save the U-lock for the rear wheel and the frame and start with the front wheel. So if we had a very short cable, we would start back here. I'm going to run it through the frame as well. So I've run it through the front wheel, through the frame. And again, we're pretending like we have a short cable. Then we can go loop this around the telephone pole. And as I said, the U-lock is for, we're going to save that for this part. It's for the rear wheel and the frame. You're going to take, you want to be able to get both pieces into the U-lock. So what I'm going to do is slide my U-lock in just like this. That's where I'm going to want to lock the bike, and that keeps anybody from stealing both the frame and the wheel. But because we have a shorter, we're pretending we have a shorter cable, we're going to run the cable through the U-lock first. And then of course make sure to dial those numbers really well. And your bike is locked. Now, we've done it in a very secure way, but I do want to add that nothing is going to be a complete theft preventive method. So just keep that in mind. No matter what equipment you get, if somebody really wants your bike, then they will be able to get your bike. But this is going to take a lot more effort, a lot more equipment than if you were not to lock it properly. So again, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this short video, and please feel free to message us if you have any questions through our Facebook Messenger, or you're welcome to contact us through our website, bikegso.org. Thank you.